Now with rim lighting, there's a myriad of different ways that you can approach rimming your subject. You essentially want to help separate them from the background. You can do that in a subtle way or in a very dramatic way. For this particular setup, I kind of want to split the difference. I want to be like right in the middle. I want to be very, very even with my rim light. Okay, so now we're going to set a rim light. First, I'm going to turn it on before I turn off the key light. And there we go. And let's drop this off. There's the switch. Okay, so if we look at our monitor, blocking her light, this actually needs to be brought down a little bit. Let's go ahead and meter it. And let's see, we are at 12 1/3, so it's about 2 2/3 stops over. So I want to, luckily I had this on a dimmer, so I'm going to drop it down. Okie dokie. Ten 2/3. I like between a stop and even for my rim light usually. So is it going up or down? It's going up. Ten 1/3. So that is, what are we, 9 2/3 over there? Anybody remember? 9 1/3. Okay, so that's less than a stop. It shouldn't be, the highlight shouldn't be blowing out too bad. It's nice. It's hitting her shoulder. So let me get it out of the camera. Hitting her shoulder here and on the side of her hair. It's not hitting her cheek. Some people want that. Sometimes you get a nice little bit of a light on the cheek sometimes from your rim light. I don't like that particularly for this shot, so I'm going to leave it out. This is really good for like witness protection interviews. She's totally backlit. We can't see her face. We can disguise her voice. But that's going to work. And let's go ahead and turn our key on and take a look at the completed set. There we go. Annalise, is your eyeline?
Got it. Got my knot.
So let me get out of the way. Let me take a look. This is good. She's out of focus. That's fun. Nice. Okay, looking good. So now the only thing we need to add really is a fill light at this point. Right now this could work. We do have the sparkle in her eyes, that thing I talk about that I like, coming from the key light. We've got a nice rim light on here. It's separating her from the background. The light on the background, which is also separating at least this side from the background. So if we needed to, we could shoot this as is. But the contrast ratio is still probably about 8 to 1. So if we were to use the reflective side of the meter, pull off the dome, so it's no longer an incident meter, it's a reflective meter. And I can usually stay about 4 inches away. And I press and hold, it's reading 10 EV, and then come over here to the shadow side and read the shadow side, and it is -3. So it is a perfect 8 to 1 ratio. But we probably want to fill that in a little bit. Normally for interview lighting or romantic comedies, dramas, television, probably want to keep it around 4 to 1. Plus, I can crush 8 to 1 down to a pretty heavy, dark contrast ratio, and I can also crush 4 to 1 or 2 to 1 or even 1 to 1. Well, 1 to 1's not going to crush that far, but with DSLRs, we'll talk about it later when we talk about the Ansel Adams scale. You're really limited to pretty much 8 to 1. You try and go any further than that as far as your contrast ratio, and you're going to start running into a lot of problems. So 8 to 1 is good for now, but let's try going to 4 to 1 and then to 2 to 1, so you can see the difference to what these look like when they get crushed in post.